honestly speaking, I didn't like the way we won, if that makes sense. Like, I didn't think we won. I didn't think we won an NBA championship playing our best basketball. And that was the first time we been that far in the playoffs, so it was a learning experience for us. But it takes another level of focus, discipline, assertiveness, aggression to like be who we were in the regular season, and do that throughout the postseason. Like, I think we were definitely more dominant in the regular season than the postseason. So yeah, that was the biggest thing for me, and me as well as a player. I don't think I was as good in the postseason as I was in the regular season. Now, it naturally happens when you play a team 7 times in a row and they get the scout 7 times in a row. But I feel like I could have been better, so I try to control that. And then that mentality just like trickles over, I guess, to the team stuff.
As you just heard, reigning MVP and Finals MVP in Toronto, Canada's own Shai Gilgeous-Alexander just said his Thunder won the title without playing their best basketball. Given this team's vocal leader and potentially the most talented player in the league in terms of his Kobe-esque mid-range savviness combined with slithery slashing prowess, has said that he wasn't satisfied with how his team won, the Thunder have had a different type of edge about them so far in 2025-26. The Thunder's 106.4 defensive rating is the best in the association by a mile and the lowest in a season since all the way back in 2018-19 when the Bucks posted a 105.2 defensive rating. That stat displays that this is a generational OKC defense. The Thunder's defense is fueled by top point-of-attack physical clampers in the bald Mamba Alex Caruso, Canadian Lou Dort, Kentucky's Cason Wallace, not to mention Shai, who's an elite two-way player. The D's anchored by Isaiah Hartenstein and Chet Holmgren on the back line, who each have 7'2+ wingspans, and Jalen J. Will Williams is no slouch either off the bench, as he's second on the team in defensive rating. Speaking of people named Jalen Williams, I just talked about how the Lakers doing what they're doing without LeBron is crazy yesterday, but what the Thunder are doing without J-Dub is even more ridiculous. The Thunder are an NBA best 9-1 as of this recording, and while they recently lost a 2-point game to the scrappy Trailblazers on the road, the team immediately bounced back with a monster 30-point W against the Kings. The schedule does get tougher for the Thunder now, as they have Memphis, Golden State, and the Lakers on the horizon, which will test how sustainable this start is minus J-Dub. Williams is set to be reevaluated in a week, as he's been out all year with a torn ligament in his shooting wrist, an injury you want to be extremely cautious with. Stepping up to become the team's third leading scorer behind Chet and Shai without J-Dub has been Ajay Mitchell, a 3-year product of UC Santa Barbara, whose sophomore campaign has seen him more than double his statistical averages across the board. He's averaging 16.8 points, 4.1 assists, 3.8 rebounds, and 1.7 steals in just 27.6 minutes per game. However, AJ's percentage from the field has been down, and he's shooting just 32.4% from deep range. That said, a great sign is that in Mitchell's most recent showing, he dropped 18, 10, and 5 to go along with 4 stocks, while making both of the deep range shots he attempted, so we'll see if he can build off this performance in terms of that efficiency from distance. Despite his 3-point struggles, Mitchell's breakout campaign in Coach Mark Daigneault's system has come at the perfect time for a squad that needed someone to fill the void of an efficient high-volume scorer in J-Dub. At 23 years of age, while AJ's only been in the league for less than 2 seasons, spending 3 years at the college level, and before that, 2 years professionally in Belgium, has clearly served him well in terms of having an advanced IQ for his age. The fact that he's broken out is one thing, the fact that he's broken out within a championship system is another, so you have to give AJ Mitchell his flowers. On that note, Isaiah Hartenstein is making a strong case for DPOY, as while we all love Victor Wembanyama, you cannot dismiss the fact that iHeart's anchoring the league's best defense by a mile. Individually speaking, iHeart is second among all centers in defensive rating, just trailing Victor Wembanyama, and firmly ahead of the likes of Nikola Jokic and Jalen Duren, 2 top-notch 5 men in their own right. Against the Kings, in Oklahoma City's most recent outing as of this recording, Isaiah absolutely owned Sacramento down low. He ended up posting a mind-blowing stat line of 33 points on 14 for 17 shooting, to go along with posting 19 rebounds and 3 blocks. Making history with that dominance, this made Hartenstein the first player in the OKC era with 30-plus points and 15-plus rebounds on 75+% shooting from the field in a game. The 33 points were a career high for the American-German 27-year-old, who's earning every bit of his 3-year, $87 million contract and is evidently in the prime of his career, playing the most comfortable in the association than he ever has throughout his 8 years in the league between Houston, Denver, Cleveland, Los Angeles, New York, and now Oklahoma City. Even without Jalen J-Dub Williams in the lineup, the team's second best player, the Thunder broke their franchise record for wins to start a season with 8. The fact that Shai isn't satisfied with how the team won last year is terrifying for the rest of the league, given his talent allows him to take over at will, and he's going to be extra motivated. And that's really the theme of this Thunder team: hunger. There's no sense of complacency, no "we've arrived" mentality. Instead, it feels like a group of young veterans who've already tasted success and immediately started craving more. Shai's recent message wasn't for show, it's how this locker room operates. Mark Daignault has built a culture that thrives on accountability and attention to detail. Every rotation, every closeout, every offensive possession has a purpose. That's why OKC's offense doesn't rely solely on Shai's brilliance. Holmgren's expanded face-up game, Caruso's connective passing, and Wallace's improved spacing have given this roster more balance than ever. They move with the poise of a team that's been together for 5 years, even though many of them are still under 25. You can see the chemistry, not just in the half-court execution, but in how they celebrate each other's plays. It's a group that genuinely enjoys the grind. What's most frightening, though, is how sustainable this looks. This isn't a hot start driven by fluky shooting or an easy schedule. It's built on defense, discipline, and depth. The Thunder have become the modern version of the 2014 Spurs meets the 2004 Pistons, a selfless, defensive-minded unit led by an unguardable superstar who embodies their calm killer mentality. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's efficiency remains absurd, Holmgren is entering All-NBA territory defensively, and the supporting cast just keeps leveling up. If this is what not satisfied looks like, the league might be in serious trouble. Because when a defending champion plays like they still have something to prove, history tends to repeat itself, and the Oklahoma City Thunder look poised to build something resembling a dynasty.